Hi everyone, Rehan here. This is a quick video on framing composition and camera angles for the 10 pick story. If you don't know about the 10 pick story challenge, you can go to 10pickstory.com. That's 10pickstory.com, and it'll redirect you to the page with all the details for this challenge. So this is a very quick video just to get you started. At the moment, you can see I've got this character right in the middle of the frame, and that tells you something. That tells you visually, you the viewer. It says that this character is central to the story. It's right in the middle, and it can be really interesting if you have a symmetrical frame. So both sides, or top and bottom of the frame that you've got, they are kind of a mirror image of themselves. Now, you can see I've left a little bit of room at the top where the character's head is, there, and the top of the frame. There's a little bit of headroom, which is really important, because if you do away with that space and the character's head is just touching the top of the frame, it creates a lot of visual tension, and the viewer's eye, whoever's looking at this image, it will keep going to that edge of the frame, because that's creating a lot of visual tension. And it's not just at the top, at the bottom as well. Anytime you have an edge of an object or character touching the edge of the frame or being very close to it, that's going to create a lot of visual tension. So if you can leave a little bit of room, that's good. In case of extreme close-ups, I can even move in really, really close, and I'm actually cropping the top of the head now, and that's fine. But what I'm not doing is something like this, where I've got the top of the head or the edge of the head just intersecting or being very close to the top of the frame. The same goes with the ear as well. So I'm starting with this sort of composition, but then it can be actually more pleasing if, rather than placing my character in the center, if I position my character on the third of the frame. So if I were to split my frame into 3 equal sections vertically, so that may be one, and that's another, and on one of these lines I place my character's eye, one of the eyes, that can be really interesting. Similarly, I can split my frame horizontally as well, into 3 portions, so 1 and 2. And again, if I can place any of the key or more important elements of my objects on that cross section between the vertical third and the horizontal third, that can be visually quite interesting. Now, I've got my camera positioned somewhere in terms of the height of the camera. It's somewhere around the chest area of this character. So it's slightly below the eye level of this character, which makes this character have seem to be more powerful. If I drop my camera further down, it makes this character look and appear more overwhelming and larger than life sometimes. But if I were to do the opposite, as I bring my camera up and go for a high level camera, or high level shot, or high camera angle, you can see the character starts to look more powerless, more feeble. So you can actually evoke emotion in the viewer depending on where you position your camera. Another thing to be careful about is you want to have a good, nice, simple to read silhouette for your character. So you don't want any distractions, things poking out from the back of the head, for example, or having a more kind of cluttered background where it's difficult to read what the silhouette of this character is. So you want to keep it simple. And here what I'm doing is I'm using contrast in the scene to my advantage. So I've got quite a bright background, and the character has slightly darker tones, and so it stands out in this framing. Also, you'll notice that my character is actually looking towards camera left, and so I've left some space here. If I didn't have that space and I compose the shot where the character's looking towards the left and he's also framed quite close to the left edge of the frame, then it gives the feeling like he's trapped. He's got nowhere to go. So it's sometimes, if you want to make a nice composition, and you want to give a feeling of if you don't want to give a feeling of the character feeling trapped or uncomfortable, it's always a good idea to leave some space towards the side of the frame where your character is looking. So that's it for this video, and in the next videos I'll be looking at lighting, posing, and a lot more. So I'm looking forward to all of your images. Stay safe, stay indoors. The whole idea about this challenge is for you to stay at home, in your house, in your garden, and let's see some creativity.